So
Good evening, everybody. We are so glad you guys came. This is my first backyard concert. I hope first of many. So I live in what's called the Candlelight area, and we had to postpone this a little bit because there was a
How's your levels?
storm. Or this really
they look all right.
again.
You can hear them.
If it does, and on the live stream, if we run for cover, you'll understand. But anyway, I'm Karen Lafferty, and we're here
Check it out.
at my house.
That looks
and,
cool. That's
just,
great.
Invited some good friends to come and just to play some music, because that's what we do. But I know that there's, in fact, several of you are native New Mexicans, right? Native New Mexicans. Yeah. See, I am, but I'm from down south in Alamogordo, Ruidoso area, and that's actually where I met Callie, who you're going to meet Callie and Jeff just a little bit. But I didn't start traveling, living all over, and I was coming back to New Mexico from California, and just one of those beautiful sunrises, and I ended up writing this song. And I know a lot of you that are from here will kind of identify with this, so it's just called a New Mexico song. Where else on earth does the sky look so blue? The night so clear, the stars sparkle like new. God is the artist, beauty so well. He can paint a red sunset in New Mexico air. It's a place I can come home to.
That will coordinate more with the
I'd
thing.
not leave.
You'll have to look at her dance.
I feel
I think I'm mostly getting a camera signal.
and a place that belongs to
Okay, well, everything's plugged in.
And I see a child on his granddaddy's knee.
Are you blending?
The old
Are you
man
blending?
tells
No,
the
the cameras are off.
just 23.
There's no sound from the camera.
The times that were tough and joy hard to find, but his faith in God left him both the wiser and kind. As a boy he came west to old Santa Fe, and he says he'll be here till his last dying day. It's a
There's something.
place I can't come home to. A place I'd rather not leave. A place I feel I belong to. And a place that belongs
Maybe that.
to me. The New Mexican farmer finds love in his land. The cowboy finds peace on the plain. The Indian man is at home on his mountain. The towns are refreshed with New Mexico rain. It's a place I can't come home to. A place I'd rather not leave. A place I feel I belong to. And a place that belongs to me. It's a place I can't come home to. A place I'd rather not leave. A place I feel I belong to my Lord. And a place that belongs to me. Thank you. Okay, now we're going to have some good friends of mine, John and Diane Gibbs, and Justin Bransford is going to be joining them up here. I've known his family for a while, too, so we're all good local folk. Y'all come on up, and I'm just going to... By the way, I just a little commercials here. You've discovered the food, I think. If you need the baño, you can go through that door and just follow the signs, and you'll find the baño back there, okay? We all know what that is, right? And I don't think there's anything else right now. We are streaming. So, you know, if you need to go to the food, kind of go behind the camera there, and yeah, that'll be good. So anyway, you guys ready? You need this?
Yes, do.
So these guys have been good friends, and I've loved their music for years, and if you haven't heard them before, you're going to enjoy them. So welcome, John and Diane Gibbs.
Thank you, Karen.
Thanks for having us, Karen, and thank you all for coming. This is great. What a beautiful evening. Any of you heard of King David? Okay, I didn't write this one then.
Ready?
Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
1, 2, 3, 1.
The sun comes about with a force and a strength, bursting out from the ground like a hound to the race. It's the same every day after day, unto ages unending. And I believe there's more to this than we're getting. It again rose today, as I've come to expect, like a bridegroom who wakes from his honeymoon bed to the one that he loves and the object of all he can offer. But I believe there's something good here to ponder. The law of the Lord is right, a blazing light, ever making wise the simple. The wisdom of Our friend Steve Bell wrote that. Good old Canadian. Along with King David. Yeah, he had some help.
What you got?
Well, you want to do that one next, or you want to do All My Tears?
Yeah, do All My Tears.
Okay. So this was the sound check.
But you weren't all here for the sound check.
Yeah, thank you. So that was our rehearsal. Now we're going to do it. Written by Julie Miller. Dead again. It don't matter where you bury me. I'll be home and I'll be free. It don't matter where I lay. All my tears be washed away. Don't matter where you bury me. I'll be home and I'll be free. It don't matter where I lay. All my tears be washed away. All my tears be washed away. All my tears be washed away. Thanks.
Hey, before I forget, Justin Bransford here came to play, been making us sound better for a long time.
Yeah.
Thanks, Justin.
Let's do this one. If you love somebody. Okay, this is a song that we just met last week. You know, you get online and you start searching and one pops up and we went, oh, I think we need to learn that one. So this is brand new. We'll see if we can get through it.
Any of you heard of Jesse Winchester? And I wrote this song.
If you love somebody, then that means you need somebody. And if you need somebody, that's what makes you weak. But if you know you're weak, and you know you need someone, oh, it's a funny thing. That's what makes you strong. That's what makes you strong. That's what gives you power. That's what makes the meek come sit beside the king. That's what lets us smile in our final hour. That's what moves our souls, and that's what makes us sing. And to trust somebody is to be disappointed. It's never what you wanted, but it happens every time. But if you're the trusting kind, this don't even cross your mind. And oh, it's a funny thing, that's what makes you strong. That's what makes you strong. That's what gives you power. That's what makes the meek come sit beside the king. That's what lets us smile in our final hour. That's what moves our souls, and that's what makes us sing. That's what makes you strong. That's what gives you power. That's what makes the meek come sit beside the king. That's what makes us smile in our final hour. That's what moves our souls, and that's what makes us sing. That's what moves our souls, and that's what makes us sing. That was one of those, you hear it and you just go, oh, I gotta learn that one. That was a good one. Okay, sometime, somewhere? Sure, let's do Wild Geese. I don't know if any of you remember Bill and Bonnie. Yay, Bill and Bonnie. This is a song that we heard them do, oh wow, what, 30 years ago or more?
40.
Maybe 40 years ago. It's one of our favorites that they did together called Wild Geese.
So, any of you heard of Ian Tyson? I wrote this song. Carrie, this is for you, Carrie, the cowboy song I told you.
Okay. You're not in the right key.
Oh, you up there?
Do you want to go down one or you want to do it up?
Two, three, four, one. time has too many miles to go. Long black pines, hillsides all covered in snow. Why does the wind say you ain't coming back anymore? Was there a time when my dreams were not always of you? The days ain't so bad, but each night takes so long passing through. Down by the stream, fresh auto tracks in the snow. Why does the wind say you ain't coming back anymore? I've got a mind just to ramble this old country round, where the hills turn green and the frost pouring out from the ground. Right through the miles, country I've never seen before. Now that the wind says you ain't coming back
Do we have time for one more, Karen? Okay. Okay, this is a song called Compassion, and it was written by a nun, and I'm trying to remember where I came across the poem. I can't remember where I came across the poem, but I did find her and ask her for permission to put it to music, and she granted permission. So we're doing this with Sister Genevieve's blessing. Let's see. One, two, three, four. Compassion walks the city street and listens for uncertain feet that seek a home they cannot Compassion walks where life is hard, where eyes are blind and faces marred by pain too great to understand, and shoulders those too weak to stand. Compassion is the shepherd's name, who from the halls of heaven came to travel landscapes fair and bleak for those that only love would see. Compassion does not tire or sleep, but walks wherever sufferers weep, through ages past and still to come, until the world is gathered home. To rest at last where mercy reigns, and heals all ills and stills all pains, and their compassion's walk will cease, where God is all, where God is all and all is Thank you. Thank you.
That's good stuff, huh? Yeah. By the way, did you bring any of your CDs tonight? No. Well, I bet. Do you have a website? No. Well, you'll have to track them down if you. She's got a bunch of albums. How many do you have? 4 or 5 CDs with this kind of music on it. So some of us still do CDs. I mean, you can. But anyway, thank you. I always love listening to them. And thank you, Justin, for, you know, I mean, they sounded good before, but they sound better. Anyway, thank you. Yeah. So, okay. Well, yeah, we're going to move these anyway. While these guys are getting set up, I'm just going to share a few things. For one thing, there's several of us that love doing music. I know some of you are musicians out there too. But I'm going to be introducing now Gleewood, which
school, we decided to get old school, playing in people's homes and concerts in Karen Lafferty's garden today. We're so glad to be doing that, but we also always, everything Callie and I get involved in, we like to get complicated with things too, and we were so blessed by the home here who wanted to provide some live streams. So for anybody tuning in, thank you very much for joining us. We said we weren't going to do any more live streams. I think we said that when we were back in Nashville, but we got roped in. We got roped in. We've been wrong before, but I think even then I was mistaken. Gonna do some little bit of adjustments here, and then we're gonna play y'all some music Callie and I have been working on for the past few years. Nah. We always throw them out anyways.
One, two. Hey, yeah, check 1, 2. Check, check. 1, 2, 3, 4. So as far as I can count, 1, 2, 1, 2. But I won't just be playing polka tonight. Maybe 4 on the floor.
Come on, Callie.
I know.
Remember those dance bands in Germany?
Oh.
You should be able to pull that off by now.
Wunderbar. Yeah, so like Karen was kind enough to point out, this is how we've been making our living, is playing music full-time on the road across a lot of the Southwest and up the Rocky Mountains, some over into the East Coast and then over into Europe. And we've been able to do that full-time for just about 8 years. And even with the pandemic, our fan base was very supportive and awesome. Those that are watching online have been watching online for a year. And I think we got the sound better than when we first started. But it's like learning a whole new system. But, you know, we all kind of had to learn all new things this year. But it's been a great change. We've been enjoying it. I don't know what all that was about. Just killing time. Because guitar players take forever to get ready.
The prima donnas, always.
Exactly.
But the nice thing is we're not being run out by the rain now. So.
I know, and now it's perfect. Look at this. It cooled down. There's no wind. Oh, man, we were like, we're going to have to pack everyone in the living room. No, we avoided that. Okay.
Put the sound tech hat down for a minute.
Jumping overseas, keep that engine rolling, boys, feel the full estate. Father time has made the call, that man sure is mean. With 2 arms round and round, he's chasing after me.
Run,
Run,
gotta run,
run, run, running from that man.
run,
Run,
gotta run,
run, run, running from that man. Scraping by, always tired, this road that never ends. Shoes worn out miles ago, but still we're traveling. Trapped the band in the snow, can't leave him there tonight. Filled our lungs with Denver and took off towards the sky.
run,
Run,
gotta run,
run,
coming somehow, man.
Stumbling through the Rockies, headed for the coast. Lost my mind in Reno, left my heart in Idaho. Baptized my soul in the South, got it good and clean. I found my love and my voice down in New Orleans. Running over mountains, man, I'm jumping overseas. Keep that engine rolling, boys, fill it full of steam. Father Time has made the call, that man sure is me. With two arms round and round, he's chasing after me.
Run,
Run,
gotta run,
run, run, running from that man.
run,
Run,
gotta run.
run, run, running from that man, man, man. When you lay me in the ground and my mother starts to cry, raise a glass and sing a song with the 1, 4, and the 5. Leave an extra set of strings and a bottle full of gin, so I can write a song for you where the chorus never ends. Nice. All right, let's have some more bass.
Right on. Thank you all so much. On the fly adjustments. Thank you. So could we get a big round of applause for Karen for opening up her home and inviting us over to hang out with her? Yeah, really special, man. Really special. We very rarely get to come hang out at one of our favorite venues to play. And so when we came here yesterday and got to spend the day with y'all, we consider ourselves very fortunate, man. Glad to be hanging out with y'all.
Did you put more bass in my monitor,
Sure.
please? A2 or A1? There we go. All right. Nice.
Nice. So this next number here, we got inspired from a YouTube video, actually. We don't play a whole lot of covers. Sometimes people suggest things for us to play, and sometimes we listen.
We do get to write a lot of our own music, but this one here is by a duo that we just kind of fell in love with. You'll probably know who they are and what song this is, so I won't reveal it. I'll let you guess. But this is definitely for some of our fans watching who always request this song. So here you go. You guys get to be introduced to it. Strawberries, cherries, and an angel's kiss in spring. My summer wine is really made from all these things.
I rode to town with silver spurs that jangle too. A song that I have only sang to just a few. She saw my silver spurs and said, let's pass the time. And I will give to you my summer wine.
Oh, summer wine. Strawberries, cherries, and an angel's kiss in spring. My summer wine is really made from all these things. Take off your silver spurs and help me pass the time. And I will give to you my summer wine. Oh, summer wine.
My eyes grew heavy and my lips, they could not speak. I tried to get up, but I couldn't find my feet. She reassured me with an unfamiliar line, and then she gave to me more summer wine.
Oh, summer wine. Die, 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 summer wine.
When I woke up, the sun was shining in my eyes. My silver spurs were gone and my head felt twice its size. She took my silver spurs, $1 and a dime,
And left me craving for more summer wine. Oh, summer wine. Strawberries, cherries, and an angel's kiss in spring. My summer wine is really made from all these things. Take off your silver spurs and help me pass the time. And I will give to you my summer wine. Oh, summer wine. Oh, summer wine. Little Nancy and Lee for you. We'll go back to a proper love song, huh, Jet?
I'd love to. So this is one of the first songs Callie and I wrote. We started it the night before our wedding. How many years ago was that now? Almost 9?
Oh, yeah, like 9.
Crazy, man, crazy. We had no idea that we were going to be playing music together. We didn't know what we were going to be doing.
Yeah, I was like trying to think, what were we thinking about exactly?
And I was a nervous wreck. We were doing the whole traditional thing where you're not allowed to see the bride before the wedding, you know, the day before. And so she was out on the ranch with her family, and I was sitting in our empty new apartment, wondering if she was going to show up the next day. And I only knew a few chords, like 4 of them, and they're these ones that I'm playing right here, pretty much. And so I was doing a little strumming out on the porch, trying to ease some of the tension, ease some of the burden. And I thought it sounded kind of pretty, and so I recorded it on my phone, and I sent it over to Callie Sue through a text, and hoping that maybe she might like it, you know, something like that. And
oh, you sly fox.
Yeah. And she responded back with a few lyric lines that I thought were pretty cool. And then we went back and forth like that for a little while.
And then we both showed up the next morning.
Both showed up.
Woo!
Yeah. And we finished this song on our honeymoon road trip to San Francisco and wrote it up in Alamo Square, sitting under the painted ladies. Still trying to figure out where we were going.
Cisco lights are shining down on road signs behind us saying we've never been down this road.
Telephone pole
And a red stop sign.
Yeah, we watched the sunset.
Yeah, we watched it rise. If I counted the smiles, think I'd run out of time with you. And that's never, never, never something I intend to do. I never, never, never want to run out of time with you.
Got a box of dried flowers.
Got a box of love notes.
And if I counted the hour
Of writing love songs, of half-assed rhymes and heartfelt poems, it's true.
yeah,
If I counted them all, I think I'd run out of time with you.
and
That's never, never, never something I intend to do.
yeah,
If I counted them all, I think I'd run out of time with you. And that's never, never, never something I intend to do.
looking down on the city.
From Alamo Square,
No stars in the sky.
but we know they're there, just like lights in the windows where there must be warmth inside.
Another journey complete.
Another map marked,
Another mile behind.
but it's only the start. Another song sung, but it's only just begun. Don't bother counting them all, 'cause you may only get a few. And I never, never, never want to run out of time with you. Don't bother counting them all, 'cause you may only get a few. And that's never, never, never something I intend to do.
Thank you, guys. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
We've had some we didn't know that some of the words of that song would really kind of come true, and we'd be seeing a lot of the highway. And our very first tour, we were really oblivious as to what was going to happen or what would happen, and kind of up for anything. And we were playing a unnamed bar in Colorado, which actually we did finally reveal the name of that bar to another house concert that we played in Fruta. They know what bar it is. But other than that, nobody else knows, because we had a really bad experience there. And one that we laugh at now, and we actually wrote a really funny song about. But at the time, especially for me, it was not funny. We had set up, it was a family environment, kids and everybody in this little brewery, and we were getting ready to play. It was me and Jet and our drummer Miles. And Jet goes off and is talking to this guy over at the bar, And he comes back and he's like, hey, I just met this guy. He's from LA. He's really good. And he wants to sing with us. He wants to do some rap over our stuff. And me and Miles are like, really? And Jet's like, yeah, it'll be great. I don't know who was talking, Jet or the IPAs or tour nerves, I don't know. But you learn quickly that you don't just say yes to everyone who wants to come up on stage. We didn't know that yet. And we let the fella come on up. He started singing, or I don't know if you would call it singing, really. Grabbed the microphone, started rapping, and just saying profanities and terrible words. And we ran everybody out of the bar. Parents were running out with their hands over their kids' ears like, oh my gosh, and people were giving us dirty looks. We can't get him off the stage. He is like glued to the microphone. And so I finally turn around and shut the whole PA system off, and there's loud noises and bang pop. Yeah. And the bar owners were there looking at us like, what are you guys? Like, what did you just bring into the brewery? I charge off to go give the guy, I haven't named my fists, but whatever their nicknames are.
The left one's iron and the right one's steel.
There it is, 16 tons. And the guy stopped me, locked me in the girls' bathroom. I was livid, I was angry. Our first tour, we just ruined everything. My sister called, and I was relating the story, and she just started laughing. And it really brought some perspective. So about 3 weeks after the tour finished, we laughed and we wrote this song. It's called Colorado Brew.
Still laughing.
Yeah.
Well, there's a couple making now.
At the bar,
Oh, and a lady staring at me
I don't know why,
as if I had two heads.
and only one eye.
Oh, but you know I shouldn't worry.
It's not my fault,
Oh, and I know that I sound crazy.
and confused
But if you were here, then you would know.
what to do.
'Cause there's a man that wants my mic.
He won't let it go,
Oh, and this place is getting crazy.
out of control. And it's like I'm up here all alone, and you're too far away. And I know I couldn't stay, but I just can't wait to tell you. So I'm calling you on Colorado Brew.
So I play another song,
It'll work this time,
but not a person sings along.
that's no surprise.
So I play the same song twice.
I don't know
Oh,
why,
but you know I shouldn't worry.
it's not my fault. And it's like I'm up here all alone.
And all these heady times
Make for missing you.
So I draw courage from the tap.
At the bar,
I empty yet another glass.
like before,
But it's not stout enough to smile.
just to cry,
So it's your number that I dial.
tear in my eye. And it's like I'm up here all alone. So I empty out my glass, pour it out, and I thank you for the laughs. It's just what I needed to get through, worth more to me than any Colorado brew.
Thank y'all very much. And it was This next song was a request from Karen. We've only got a simple demo recording of this next song out. And it's called the Last Ballad of Cynthia Chavez. And after a lot of the stories that, you know, we kind of sing about, we wrote a few albums worth of kind of some laughable stories over the years. And before 2020 hit, we kind of hit our first tailspin and kind of came back home for a little while with our tails tucked between our legs and did some couch surfing around some of the families, you know. You guys know how it goes. Maybe you know how it goes. I don't know. Maybe I'm just, you know how it goes. Yo? Yeah, okay. Not the only one that's couch surfed, right? But no, and during that time I thought, you know what, while we're settled down, I'm gonna teach some guitar lessons. Not that I know what I'm talking about, but maybe I can encourage some people in the right direction. And one of the ladies that had approached me to encourage her, she was this wonderful woman down in Capitan, New Mexico, and I always tried asking my students why they were playing guitar, why they wanted to play music, what was the driving force, right? And I got a lot of the same answers, and but not from her. She said, well, let me tell you a quick story. I said, okay, that'd be great, because I am kind of curious. And you know, we really had to do a lot of finger exercises to get her hand strength up. She was an older lady, and I thought, you know, some people tell me that I learned to play guitar late, and I was only like 19, you know. And this woman was in her mid-60s, and I thought, well, you know what? There's got to be something more to this story here. You know, why are you wanting to play guitar right now? And let's see if we can make it happen. And she said, well, my mother-in-law just passed away, and her husband played music together. And it was one of the most remarkable and special moments in my life. I thought, wow, that's kind of grim, lady. I don't think about my mother-in-law like that, but no, she wasn't saying it like that. She was in the hospital, and it was she knew that she was kind of at the end of her days. She only had a little while, and somehow she had mustered the strength to invite her children and her grandchildren into that hospice room and invite her courageous husband in and asked if they could sing songs of her heritage that her grandmother taught her, old hymns and gospel spirituals in Spanish. And it happened to be around Christmas time, and one of the songs that this lady wanted to learn was Noche de Paz, because that was one of the songs that they sang around. And she's telling me the story about this lady, about how in perhaps the darkest moment of her life, she decided to let light in and stand up for her family and play those songs that she had played in her youth to her children, and to share those down to her grandchildren, and make her last time on earth one of joy and celebration and not a time of weeping, because she had promise in her heart. And I thought, whoa, and you want me to teach you how to play guitar? I thought, what an honor. I wish that I had started playing guitar with that in my heart, you know? And so from that moment on, I thought, if I could ever accomplish anything with music, it would be that right there. And I was driving home from that first guitar lesson. And, you know, sometimes you write songs, right? And you come up with a catchy chorus or something, and then it's just a little elbow grease and a little time, and then you have a song, right? 1 + 1 = 2 kind of thing. Well, this wasn't one of those songs. It was just kind of given to me. I pulled off to the side of the road, and I was thinking about the story that lady had told, and I pulled out my notebook, and I just wrote the whole song. And so this is for that woman, and this is called The Last Ballad of Cynthia Chavez. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Cynthia Chavez sang her last ballad tonight, with loved ones all gathered and grandchildren sat at her side. She said not to weep, but to dry the tears from their eyes. She said, I'm going home now while the Star of David shines bright. They cried, Grandma, it's Christmas and this is no time for goodbyes. But her husband was silent as he stared in convicted brown eyes. Half a century discerning the mysteries found in her gaze. They now asked him for silence, but thanked him for the life that they made. A young Cavallero once told his lover goodbye, with a promise that after the war he'd make her his wife. The young señorita prayed for his peace every night, and asked God to allow the Cavallero to return to her side. 50 years after, many tears and much laughter, dreams lost and dreams realized, it was her turn to leave him with the promise they'd soon reunite. Voice like an angel, she sang them Noche de Paz. She said, my Lord is waiting, and on his birthday we'll meet at last. Cynthia Chavez sang her last ballad tonight, with loved ones all gathered and grandchildren sat at her side. Thank you very much. Yeah, I enjoy playing that song because it kind of takes me there, you know. And I'm just going to get real with you guys right now. But, you know, after that story, I always kind of saw me and Callie in that, you know. I thought, wow, maybe I could be that courageous husband one day, you know, and playing music into the sunset, you know, and a lot of things changed in 2020, and one of them was realizing that our cavalier lifestyle of living out of our car and, you know, living 300 days a year out on the road playing music wasn't going to be a viable thing, you know. The world was changing. It was changing fast. And Callie had also let me know that there were some other mountains that she was going to like to climb. And though she was going to remain dedicated to playing music, she had some other passions and pursuits that she had let down for 9 years in order to follow my dream. And that kind of sent me into a tailspin for a little while.
Whoops.
But what that did, man, when that happens is, you know, restructuring happens if you let it, you know? And so this song here is just about a little restructuring. This one's called The Ring. 1, 2, 3, 4. Never thought I'd be the one who had said that he had found his love and been holding on for all these years. Well, I got caught in life's demands, a boy trying to be a man, fighting through the anger and the fear. I counted all of my mistakes and was buried by the awful weight. You could tell by the days that I'd spent crying. You said that you'd been given grace and you'd share with me that kind of faith, and that those hills weren't there for me to die on. you would not accept defeat. 'Cause ever since the day I gave you Grandma's wedding ring, you've always been there for me. When we first set sail, I tried to fare the seas without a guide. My North Star was christened after you. We made our home upon the tides when one day you realized you kinda like to climb the mountains too. Now I must admit I missed the wide open emptiness with my best friend sailing at my side. My sea legs were unfit to stand upon the shore again. And that's when I bought back into the lies. I counted all of my mistakes and was buried by the awful weight. You could tell by the days that I'd spent crying. You said that you'd been given grace and you'd share with me that kind of faith, and that those hills weren't there for me to die on. So when the going gets too tough, the way unclear and the country rough, don't forget to lean upon your guide. 'Cause he has you in his hands, you see. At least that's what you once told me. And don't forget, you are a sailor's bride. And I will not accept defeat. 'Cause ever since the day I gave you Grandma's wedding ring, I've been there for you, just like you've been there for me. And we will not accept defeat.
Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's a pretty good one.
Yeah. She's
No,
a hard sell.
No. Yeah, thank you guys for coming out tonight. We really appreciate it, and for Karen being such an awesome host, and all the ladies here, and for John and Diane and Justin is beautiful. So how about another round of applause for our host? Should she do another one of these? Yeah, absolutely. I think so. So we keep, I guess you could call it, bragging about our New Mexico heritage and history. And we did write a song about it. Not about our generation, but once Jet and I were dating, and we actually, after we got married, we found out that both of our families are from the Lincoln County area, and they have quite the history together. Maybe. I don't know. Partly fiction, partly historical, we'll see. But we found out that Jet's great-great-grandfather was a Pinkerton on the railroad through Lincoln County, going after kind of the first undercover cops, going after Billy the Kid and his gang and other gangs through the area, and he would ride the trains. And he wasn't a very good undercover cop, I guess you could say, because he wore a three-piece powder blue suit. And if you know anything about the Old West, I'm talking like 1880s here, you don't walk around in something real shiny, especially if you're the law, and that's just like painting a target on your back. Well, I think one of my great-great-grandfathers thought, I'm gonna take that suit, I like that. And he was on the outlaw side, and they ran into each other one day. At least that's how the story goes. And this one's called My Grandfather's Grandfather. My grandfather's grandfather came from the Rio Grande, lost all his money from an outlaw band. Well, the West is unkind to those who do not know. You can run from the east to the setting sun, but the devil is sure to follow. Well, the sky was gold and violet, and the sun was veiled in red. When the bandolero band stopped the iron caravan and held that pistol up to my head. Train was filled with withered faces, pelts and furs of an Indian kind. There was no surprise on the tired eyes when bandits came in with guns held high. Oh, it's a mighty fine coat, boy. Yeah, I think I'll take it off your hands. See, it's just my size. Keep your hands in the sky. I think you'll understand that I'm gonna take your silver, but your body can keep your soul. Don't give me no cheek or you'll spring a leak just where your eye's supposed to go.
Headed westward as a free man.
Got a job on the Buffalo Plains, but as I counted my blessings, looking down at Smith & Wesson, something inside me changed. You can have my silver, but this coat belongs to me. See, I'm new to this land, but you just help me understand it's how it is. I'm gonna earn my keep. My grandfather's grandfather, well, he donned a three-piece suit, and he earned his bounty boarding trains in Lincoln County with the iron that he took from the first fellow man that took silver from his hand, killing bandits as a Pinkerton. The West is unkind to those who do not know. You can run from the east to the setting sun, but the devil is sure to follow. There's a place they call Enchanted, where the wild game roams, and the legend of El Dorado and the conquistadors call home. Well, the West is unkind to those who do not know. You can run from the east to the setting sun, but the devil is sure to follow. Yeah, the devil is sure to follow.
So we spend a lot of time on the streets playing music, especially overseas. And, you know, we'd be going through a town and we'd think, we weren't quite sure how we were going to connect the dots from A to B. So we'd hit the streets and throw out a hat on the cobblestone.
Play House the Rising Sun on loop.
About 6 times in a row, man, and that would get the job done right there.
Just kidding,
and
just
we'd practice
kidding.
for the next set. But seriously though, man, they love these American classic songs, and for a little while we kind of thought we were a folk rock band, and we ended up recording this one with our 5-piece back in Roswell, New Mexico. There is a house in New Orleans, they call it the rising sun. And it's been the ruin of many a poor boy. And God, I know I'm one. My mother was a tailor. She sewed my new blue jeans. My father was a gambling man way down in New Orleans. tell your children not to do what I have done. And it's been your life in sincere misery in the house of the rising sun. With one foot on that platform, the other on the train. I'm going back to New Orleans, so wear that ball and chain. Yeah. If y'all could sing this next stanza with me, I sure would appreciate it. I bet you know it. I might even sing it twice, make it feel like church in here for a minute, man. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. God's saving grace for me. Y'all sound beautiful, man. Awesome. Thank you all so very much. Well, we got just a couple more for y'all before we run out of this beautiful light, and I know we had to start a little bit late, but I appreciate your grace and understanding, and I think we were all happy here in New Mexico to get a little extra rain, so none of us mind starting late for rain, man. That's all right. How about one more classic, Callie?
Okay.
Yeah. I got this. Callie's only been playing the upright for, what, about a year and a half now?
Yeah.
Something like that. And I came home one day. We were in Nashville, and I was working a gardening job. And I came home one day, and she decided to play me a song. And y'all can join on this one too. I bet you know it, right? I know we know it. When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see, no, I won't be afraid, no, I won't shed a tear just as long as you stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Won't you stand by me just as long as you stand by me. When the sky that we look upon tumbles and falls, and the mountains crumble to the sea, I won't cry, no, I won't shed a tear just as long as you stand by me. Come on now. Darling, darling, stand by me. Whoa, won't you stand by me just as long as you stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Whoa, won't you stand by me just as long as you stand by me. Cool. Yeah. All right. Right on.
I hear you going, Mike?
Yeah, I think so. So could I get a big round of applause for my beautiful wife, Callie Sue? Yeah, man. It's amazing. We can be in the middle of the highway, camping in a Walmart parking lot or at a truck stop somewhere and be in the worst of moods, and we can go and dig through some of our notebooks and pull up some of those songs, and it takes us right back to that moment, you know? Right back to that moment. It's special when music can do that, isn't it? Yeah. We know Karen has a song like that. So this song here, this song is dedicated specifically to y'all. It's interesting. I'm a firm believer that, you know, we're surrounded by creatives all the time, right? We see it on the Instagram and the Facebook feeds, and we see it every day at work, you know, people doing innovative things. We think, man, what talent those people have, right? But, you know, I think some of that is out of balance, because I really believe in my heart that we were all created to create in some way or another. And it might not all turn out like music. It might not be like a beautiful painting on a canvas. It might not be, you know, it might not be a wonderful work of art. But we were all meant to create something, and for some of us, it's a family. For some of us, it's working with wood and building with our hands. For some of us, it's that work in the garden that some people call toil and other people call pleasure, you know? We all have these things that call to our hearts. And spending time over in Nashville, we'd be playing some of these bars, and you know, we'd see young musicians hit the stage, younger than us, and they'd have a light and shine in their eyes, thinking that, you know, maybe this next gig was going to be their big break to take them wherever they wanted to go, you know? And then I could see them walking out of that bar later that night and with their heads hung low, and thought, you know, maybe I wasn't good enough, you know? Maybe that wasn't right. And we've trained some of these things in our society to think this way, but, you know, I really think, I think when we're really listening to that desire in our heart that was put there for a reason, that no matter if there was one person there to hear your song, or two people that bought your paintings out of 100, or your grandchild that comes running up and asks you what you could do with the herbs in the kitchen that you were growing in your garden, or when you explain to somebody why you love mathematics, I don't know, man. It was put there for a reason. And so this is just a song of encouragement for you, and I had to write it from a songwriter's perspective, obviously, but I hear you calling my name. Said, I hear you calling my name. I hear you all alone sometimes, and I hear you in the evening too. Said, I hear you in the morning time, and I hear you in the evening too. I could be 6 feet on the ground, but I still shiver at the sound of you. So I call your name out loud. I call your name out loud. Said, come on and get me, Lord. I think I'm all dried up and I'm just about through. Y'all ever feel like that? I said, come on and get me, Lord. I think I'm all dried up and I'm just about through. I swear I heard you smile and say, now, I think there's still work to do. So I keep on playing my songs. Yeah, I keep on playing my songs. And if you count the odds, I'm bound to lose, and my pride's all black and bruised. If you count the odds, I'm bound to lose, and my pride's all black and bruised. I swear I heard you smile and say, now, that's something I can use. I hear you calling my name. I hear you calling my name. I hear you all alone sometimes, and I hear you in that smoky bar too. Said I hear you all alone sometimes, and I hear you in that smoky bar too. 'Cause I could be 6 feet on the ground, but I still shiver at the sound of you. So I keep on playing my songs. I keep on playing my songs. Yeah, to me they all sound the same, but this old man says he likes my tunes. So to me they all sound the same, but this old man says he likes my tunes. He said, I ain't saying that I ain't heard better, but I got the feeling that I'd like your record. Reminds me of a time when my love and I used to dance all night to them jukebox blues. Jukebox blues. Yeah, I hear you calling my name. Yeah, I hear you calling my name. Yeah, I hear you calling my name. Thank you all very much for coming out and enjoying music with us this evening. We appreciate it so very much. And thank you for running our live stream, and for all of you who are online watching us. We appreciate it so very much. And if anybody would like some merchandise, we do have some of that. Got some CDs as well of a bunch of the songs that we played tonight, actually.
Yeah.
Got a whole slew of those recorded. So please let us know. And we'd love to see you all here, hang out with you for the rest of the evening, and see you all here in Santa Fe, one of our favorite cities in the whole wide world.
It's true.
Again soon. So
thank you guys very much.
Thank you.
I didn't know if you were doing one more. Are you doing? No. Okay. Should I use this? Okay.
Well, that was cool. I mean, I've heard them a little bit, but I heard a lot more tonight, and I enjoyed it. That was great. Yeah, thank you. Anyway, yeah. Well, thank you all for coming again. I hope this is the first of a few others I might do during the summer. And by the way, we had a great team putting this together. These guys did a lot, just helping. I like musicians that don't just, wait to have everybody done for them, but Jen even helped me decorate another place where I was supposed to be tonight. You ever double book yourself? Oh, goodness. But anyway, that's right. They got covered over there, too. But also, I thank you so much to the ladies who live in this house with me. Everybody helped with the food and with the cleaning up, with the planting the flowers and everything. So, Bobby, thank you very much. And Janie's been doing all the filming here, and so thank you for the streaming. Janie Sandoval there, thank you very much. And Jennifer Bullock, who used to live here but lives in Roswell now, came and helped us with lights and everything. And Marianne Millar, who is, by the way, you want to see some good art, go down to the plaza on 4th of July, and she'll be all set up. It's that parking lot pretty close to the plaza there. And anyway, she's an artist, and so she does it. And did I forget anybody? I hate to forget anybody, but anyway, we had a good time, and if you want to stay around a little bit longer, the lights are going to start popping on around here, and we like ambiance and lights around here, as you will see. But please eat up some more food, and like I said before, too, let's show our appreciation through helping these guys out, get on down the road a little bit more. And so, anyway, thank you, and hopefully you'll hear about if I do this again. So thanks, John and Diane, especially, and Justin, for doing this. So have a good evening. Thank you for being with us, all you people in streaming land, too. So God bless. Bye-bye.